It's a holiday season and you may be thinking of finding the right gift to give any RVer. Well, stick around. We've got a list of 15 great holiday gifts for any RVer that they're going to appreciate. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I'm Dan.
And I'm Kevin. And across the room, laying on her bed, is Ava Rose.
And together, we're Compass Roadz.
Thanks for coming back. If you're new to our channel, we are glad that you are here with us.
And in this short video, we're going to give you 15 great RV gifts that you can give any RVer.
Or maybe you might want to purchase one of these items for yourself.
Now, we do want to let you know that even though we are not sponsored by anybody, we do have Amazon affiliate links below in the description.
And what that means is that if you click on that link, it's going to cost you no extra money. It's just going to we're going to get a little kickback from Amazon, but it's not going to be passed on to you.
But we definitely want you to stay till the very end because we've got a special discount that you can actually use. So, let's get started.
Number one.
Number one is the 2-pack of the Andersen Leveler Chalk Kit by Andersen.
Which is really cool because basically they look like little wedges that you can either back over to raise one side of your RV, or you can drive over them, or you can put them in the front of the tire and drive over them instead of backing over. This is a really good item to have.
Especially if you don't have any auto leveling system.
Even if you have auto leveling, because in this rig alone, we've done it 2 or 3 times now where you go to hit auto level and it raises your wheels on one side off the ground. So if you can get more level before you hit auto level, these are one way you can do it. Number 2 on the list is going to be leveling blocks. These are the ones that are kind of yellow. I think there's some out there that are orange. They look like bigger size Legos. These are a really good item to have. We use them to place them underneath our landing gear so we can reduce the height of our landing gear so it decreases shaking. We've used them underneath our hitch mount stabilizer, our stairs. They're a good thing. Or if you don't have the Andersen levelers, these work great where you can actually drive up on top to actually level out your rig as well.
And number 3 on our list is the RV Lock V4. And we just installed this keyless entry door lock for your RV. And if you want to see a video of our installation, we'll pop it up in the card right above here. But this has made our life so much simpler because we can take Ava for a walk around the campground, still lock up without having to carry our keys. It just gives us peace of mind.
Number 4 on the list is going to be the RV SnapPad. Now these make a great addition to any RV that, and I think if you go on their website, you can put in your parameters. It'll tell you what size your foot are. I think ours are 9-inch. I think is what we use. They're made out of recycled tires. They give your landing gear a bigger footprint. We used them last year, and we'll put a video up here as well. We use them. You're gonna have the installation video, and then we're gonna put the video up here for our worst travel day where we were in that polar vortex last February. So, and they did remarkable, and that was right after we put them on. This will help you have a bigger footprint and grip the ground a little bit better as well, and protecting the feet of your landing gear.
Number 5 on the list is a surge protector. Now, we have heard so many stories where people have plugged in and the power was wrong and all of a sudden it fried all the wiring in their trailer. We don't want that to happen, so a surge protector is necessary. Now, we actually have 2 of them. We've got a 50 amp and a 30 amp because there have been some campgrounds, although we're a 50 amp rig, we have been able to only plug into 30 amp power. So we make sure we carry both of those surge protectors, and Kevin always plugs in before we plug in our rig just to make sure the polarity is correct.
That's a pro tip for you. Anytime you back into your spot or before you back into your spot, if you have your surge protector, it's going to tell you everything. If you have a light readout like we have, I always plug in before we back the rig in to make sure that we have good power at that spot, because you don't want to get disconnected, hook everything up, and find out you have crappy power. So, pro tip for you.
And when it comes to surge protectors, there are many expensive ones on the market. We have, for the last 4 years, just used the basic model that shows us the polarity and the different fault codes, and that's been fine for us, so we don't need to spend the extra amount to get an app on our phone.
Absolutely. Now, paired with the surge protector, because we are a 50 amp rig, like he said, but we also use a 30 amp, but in order to do that, sometimes you got to have a step down. So we have a 30 amp dog bone that steps down from 50 to 30 amps, so we can, isn't that how it is? Or it plugs in. We plug our 50 amp cord into it.
And that plugs straight into the 30 amp power.
Yeah. If we're using the 30 amp actual surge protector, if we're using the 50 amp, obviously we just plug straight in.
And another reason we use the dog bone is because we have a generator, and our generator only uses a 30 amp. Number 7 on our list is a heated water hose. Now this comes in handy, granted only in the wintertime, but we make sure that anytime that the temperature is below freezing, we actually use this. They come in 25 and 50 foot lengths. We happen to have a 25 foot length, and it's been a godsend.
Absolutely has. Number 8 on the list is going to be a water pressure regulator. We highly, highly, highly recommend if you are just now like putting your kit together and you're either going to go out for your first time or you're a full time or you're getting ready to go full time, definitely have this, because last thing you want to do is hook up just a straight water hose and the pressure it regulates. It's different water pressure at different parks. So you may have high water pressure and it may end up start blowing your lines in your rig. So you want that regulator on there to be able to set it to where it needs to be. Right now, I think we run ours at about 60 PSI.
Correct.
And it works great. We have no leaks. The only leak we ever had was tightened up like super quick, and that was right behind the nozzle system. It wasn't even in here.
Right.
And that wasn't from high water pressure, but this is definitely a must-have because it will save you big bucks in water damage later on down the road.
So you can get the cheap one from a Walmart or the Camco. It's only like $9, and it is a regulator that you don't have to adjust, but it restricts the flow from 40 to 50 PSI. We like this particular regulator that I'm showing right now, and this is one that we can adjust to any pressure, and as Kevin said, I like to push it to about 60 PSI.
Did you set from 40 to 50 or from 50 to 40 PSI?
It's
Oh, that's the range.
The range is between 40 and 50.
Okay, that's the range. It goes between 40 and 50 PSI. Just want to make sure we get it in there so they know what you're talking about.
So number 9 on our list is a propane gauge. Now, we actually have 2 propane tanks on our rig. Now, when we first got it, you can adjust the regulator to either draw from one or the other or both, and the dealer had left it on both. So when we ran out of propane, both tanks were empty. So we learned our lesson. We only use one at a time, and we also decided that because the only way you can tell if the tank is full or not is by pulling it out, we just got these propane gauges, and it tells me if it's full or if it's empty, and we love that. Now there is another gas stop product that's out there that actually will shut your propane off in case of an emergency. We don't have that, but we are going to include that in the link as well.
Because that's going to be one of our next purchases, because I definitely want that. Anything safety related, I would say nab it. If you're just trying to get out there right now to go to see if you like the lifestyle, definitely get whatever is going to fit your lifestyle's budget before you start going on to other things, just to see if you even like it. There's no sense in buying all this stuff right now if you don't know if you're going to like this lifestyle or not. Which brings me to number 10. Number 10 is going to be kind of pricey though. This will be the Furrion Vision S backup camera system. We're going to put the link for our installation video up here as well in case you want to watch that. I definitely think that this is a must for us because if you've been doing any amount of research, you have seen people backing up. They use walkie-talkies, which works fine, but with the Vision S, if you have the camera in the back and they have their volume turned up in the truck, they will be able to hear you. But it'll definitely help you with backing in. We also have the side marker lights as well, cameras, and they'll help during lane changes and stuff like that. So definitely I would highly recommend, if you have the cash flow, buy that. It's going to make your life a lot better. Woo! So yeah, we're having a good time here. Obviously, Shinerbach Holiday Cheer.
This is our favorite beer on this.
We love this season, this time of year, because we actually get this because it's a seasonal beer. Shout out to all our trailer hood from when we were at Alamogordo, because this was the beer of choice.
This was a staple, yeah.
This was a staple for all of us. So if y'all are watching this, we're thinking about y'all right now. Well, without further ado, let's get back into it with number 11.
Number 11 is TPMS, Tire Pressure Monitoring System. Now, we happen to have a TST TPMS system, but you can use any one. But this is definitely a must-have for anybody traveling with an RV, because before we travel, I can check out the pressure in my tires. I can also monitor it while I'm driving, and this will help prevent a blowout or won't necessarily help prevent the blowout, but it'll help prevent further damage upon a blowout.
It can alert you before a blowout happens, which we actually, I can't remember what video it was in, but our TPMS actually went off, and luckily, and it was when we had the nail or screw or whatever was in our tire. That was when we just picked this back up after having the roof redone.
We'll put a link up in there too. I'll find that video.
And it saved our bacon pretty good because I mean, we don't know what would happen if that tire would have blown. I mean, obviously the siding, the skirting would come off because it seems like that's always going to happen anyway. But I would definitely, this is another one of those things I think that you need to have if you plan on traveling long distances. But I mean, even if you're only a weekend warrior or a part-time RVer, I think this is definitely something you need to have because you want to protect the investment. Depending on, no matter if you're spending over $100K or $30K, you know, that's still a big investment, I think. And I think that you would want to protect it with a TPMS.
A TPMS is going to be a lot cheaper than the damage that a blowout's going to occur.
And the weight, because everybody's waiting on parts, so there's no telling how long it'll take to get your RV back up and running should you have a blowout.
And again, it's not going to prevent the blowout from happening, but it will go ahead and let you know that you do have a tire that's got problems, and you can slow down, pull over before further damage exists.
And that's enough about the negative stuff that happened. Let's roll on to number 12, which is going to be the Oxygenics shower head. So this is definitely a must. We would redo it a little bit differently just because I think we need to move our shower head up. But if you don't have your water pressure regulator yet and you have low pressure from the water, from the park water, this you can use to help generate more pressure in your shower. So you don't have to run around the shower to try to get wet. It's going to increase the pressure. And the one that we have, which I'm sure is going to be popping up here, it's going to have different settings that you can use as well. Definitely a must need, but not a must have.
Right. When you get your RV shower head, it is very lame. Anyone will tell you that. And this is about as close to having a home shower head that we can find.
So coming in at number 13 is going to be a spice rack. I know a lot of people, because we travel full time, and he cooks, he does all the cooking. Trust me, Dan, nobody want to eat what I cook. And we have a lot of spices. Matter of fact, I'm going to give them a little tour of it right now. This is all our nasty in here, but here's our spice rack. Here's one, and there's another one. Dan's also going to put a picture up here, but this will help you organize your spice rack or your spices and keep them out of the way so you can put bulkier items actually on the shelf in your pantry or your pantry cabinet, whatever you're using as your food storage area. This actually is a great, and it's saved up a lot of space once we install these.
Number 14 on our list is an Instant Pot. Now, we've had this Instant Pot before we started RVing, and we love it.
It's because we were watching RV YouTube videos before we actually hit the road. And this was one of your Christmas presents from many years ago.
Yes, and I have found so many uses for it. I make yogurt, one-pot meals, basically anything. It's so much easier than turning on the propane, turning on the oven, and I just love it. But we also use an air fryer as well. But I want to show you the Instant Pot that every RVer should have. It's nice and compact enough to put in a cupboard in the RV. And I'm also including something that we don't have. It's the Instant Pot Duo Crisp. And this is an air fryer Instant Pot combo that they just came out with. When our Instant Pot or our air fryer go out, we'll probably invest in that. But right now, it's available. If you don't have any of those, go ahead, get the Duo Crisp.
Anything that you can do 2-in-1, 3-in-1, 4-in-1 for an RV is a godsend because it frees up space so we don't need all those many different appliances. Right now we have them, but like you said, once they start going out, we're chucking them. And this leads us to our last one, not the bonus one, but the last one we're going to talk about, which is, I'm going to have to look at my notes real quick, make sure I get it right. The Berkey water filter. I'm sure the picture's going up right now. This is a must, because all campground water is not the same. Don't taste the same. And I'm talking from resort campgrounds that are really nice to Corps of Engineer campgrounds. Everybody should be using an inline filter as it is, but we go a step further because when we want our drinking water, we want it to be as clean as possible. I cannot remember what the microns are for this. It's a 2.5 gallon, isn't it?
Yeah, this one that we have is the Big Berkey, and it's 2.25 gallons.
So, and those filters can last for how long? How many gallons?
6,000 gallons.
6,000 gallons can run through those filters inside the Berkey before we actually have to replace them. Now, we've had this since we've been full-time RVing, so basically almost 4 years. We've only been traveling for almost 2, but we've been living in an RV for 4 years, and we've had this with us every step of the way, and it is awesome. We just changed out the filters. I don't know.
And we get the satisfaction of knowing that the water tastes the same everywhere we go.
And it does. It's
And
just warm. It won't be cold. It'll be warm.
Right.
You can't play in the ice cubes.
They also do have a smaller version. It's called the Traveler Berkey, which is 1.5 gallons in case you don't have a big rig like ours.
Which leads us to the bonus one that we absolutely love this.
This is not an actual product, but you can actually buy a membership through Harvest Host. And we did do a Harvest Host video a few months ago. We'll link that up there. But right now, Harvest Host has reached out to us. And even though we've been a Harvest Host member for 2 years, they've said, hey, we really appreciate you telling your listeners about Harvest Host, and we'll give them a 20% discount through December 31st of this year. So that's great. And here's why it's so great. Even though it's an annual membership, once you lock in your price at the discounted price, it will stay that price as long as you maintain your membership.
That means don't let your membership lapse, and you can renew it for that same price every year. But as soon as it lapses and you try to go get it again, you're going to have to get, hopefully they're running another promo, but if they're not, you're going to have to pay that introductory price again, and that's going to be a little price. I think right now it's around $99, isn't it?
$99 is the normal price. You can use our code CompassRoadz, or the link down the bottom will take you to it, and you'll get that 20% off only through December 31st.
But with that being said, I would even say for $99, this is still a great, if you had to pay the $99, it's still a great purchase. We would still buy it at regular price because we've used, I don't know how many Harvest Hosts now. We've used so many of them.
Yeah, several dozen, and we enjoy breweries and wineries and museums. There's been Chamber of Commerce, farms, yeah, the alpaca farm. We got another video up there for that. We just enjoy Harvest Hosts. So I think that wraps it up.
That's going to wrap it up. We hope that this will help you in your endeavor to try to purchase something for your RVer or for you. Please leave us a comment down below if you think we left out anything that, granted we could keep going because there's a lot more stuff that we could put in there. But I think this is a good grouping of stuff.
And these are all things that we personally use, so we have enjoyed them and we believe in them.
So that's it. That's all 15 plus the bonus of the Harvest Host membership that we think are great gift ideas for any RVer, any potential RVer, or anybody that has RVers in their family.
So hopefully if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Also hit that notification bell icon and you'll be notified the next time another video comes out.
So until the next video,
where will the road take you? Merry Christmas. So the dog bone.
And there's Dan's phone because
Cranberry, New Jersey.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that's spam.
Yeah.
Spam alert. Spam alert.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights.